Hey guys, welcome to episode 1 of Digital Marketing Rockstars. I'm your host Carl Hutchinson and I've been an active affiliate marketer for nearly a decade now, and I also run a private marketing mastermind for entrepreneurs over at ElitePromoter.com. So for episode 1 it's just me and you today, but in episode 2 I'll be kicking things off with the first of a series of interviews. I'm going to be getting up close and personal with some super affiliate friends and asking them to share their journey with affiliate marketing. We'll be talking about how they got started, their biggest success so far, and the niches, traffic sources and affiliate networks that they love to work with. Finally, I'll be asking them for their single best piece of advice that they can give to other affiliates. Over the coming weeks and months, I'm also going to be talking to successful online entrepreneurs to ask them about their story and how they've grown their business online. So before we do all that, let's get better acquainted, and I'm going to warm up the hot seat for future guests by answering the very questions that I'm going to pose to them. So the first question is, what did you do before affiliate marketing and how did you find it? So I had a direct sales company for the best part of 9 years, and it basically sold plastic roof trim products to people, and we catered for the residential market. Most of our business came through cold calling, so we'd actually canvass residential estates and we'd tell people that we're in the area fitting an installation, and we could pop round and show them a bit more about what we do and how we could make their property maintenance free. This kind of product came about after the arrival of double glazing, and it was a huge trend at the time. So I would say that the way I came across online marketing was one day I had a call from a guy, it must have been 15 years ago now, and he basically rang me up to say that he could increase the amount of business that my company got by renting a website from him. Now, I was already a little bit tech savvy at the time, and I already had a website, but I'd made one crucial error, and that was that my site was based around my company name, and my company name wasn't really it wasn't a keyword, it was just a brand name. So people was only finding my site if they'd heard about me previously, and I was getting no new customers that was just searching Google for plastic roof trim products. So this guy had made a site and he'd ranked it, and he was trying to get somebody to rent it from him. And the phone call was along the lines of, I've got this site, it's ranking, it's making leads every day, and I'm going to be ringing all of your competitors today to see who wants to rent it. So it was a great pitch, and I'm a sucker for a great pitch. I've been in sales all my life. And I said, okay, I'm going to rent it from you and we'll see what happens. And I was shocked because my website that I had was hardly, it was probably responsible for like 2 or 3 leads a month, and this new website that was ranking for a big search term in my area, it was a local keyword, was all of a sudden bringing 20-25 leads a month, and that was sort of almost as good as what we was getting from our cold calling efforts. So that really opened my eyes to what can be done with digital marketing. And even at that time, I realised that he had such a good business model, and it's something that I was probably gonna look at when I'd finished with the particular business that I had started. I was lucky enough when I turned 30 that I wanted a change, and I was lucky enough that one of the installation teams, the head fitter, wanted to take on my business, and it was the perfect fit for him. So I sold the business, and I spent the next 2 months just trying to get my mindset around starting a new business and figuring out online marketing. So I think I was Googling ways to make money online when I actually came across affiliate marketing. And at that time, I was still pretty intent on making websites that I would rent out to companies like the previous one that I had. And affiliate marketing was something that really appealed to me because I wouldn't need to deal with clients. And after running a roofing company for the last 9-10 years, I just wanted to do away with all that and just sort of run something that I could do myself and not have to be on the phone and chasing customers up and things like that. So affiliate marketing really appealed to me. So one of the first things that I did was I made a site that was all based around how to lose belly fat. And what I quickly found out was this was an almost impossible keyword to rank for, no matter how much content that I did. and the people that was landing on the site wasn't really interested in buying anything. It was just coming for information. So after about 6 months of running that, I decided that that was the wrong direction, and I focused more on creating niche websites around buying keywords. So people who have actually got their wallet in hand and they want to make a purchase. So these were coupon keywords, buy, discount, reviews, what are the best, top 10, all these type of keywords. They've all got commercial intent, and that literally transformed my income overnight. So I went from earning nothing online as an online marketer to all of a sudden just seeing a big spike. And you'll see this with affiliate marketing in general, that it's not a linear progression. You'll never see sort of your money going up little bit by little bit. Something tends to happen where all of a sudden you go from one level to the next level. And that's what happened for me. So that's how I came across affiliate marketing. It was I was introduced by a guy that was selling me a website, and that got me really interested in this kind of thing. And that's what I've mainly been doing for the last 8 years. I still build websites to this day. I also do a lot of other things that I'll talk about over the next few questions. So question 2, can you remember the first time you made money with an affiliate product? What was it, and how did you make the commission? Okay, so the first commission that I ever made was on a product called Proactol, and this was a diet pill supplement, and I made the sale from a site that reviewed appetite suppressants. So these diet pills helped you cut down the amount that you eat each day. And basically what I did is I reviewed a competitor which was called the 1 week diet system, and I found out about this through using Google Trends. So the 1 week diet system, the guys behind the product had spent a huge sum of money bringing this to market and making PR about it, and because they was brand new on the scene, there was zero competition for this particular keyword except for themselves. So when I made an article that was ranking for the 1 week diet system review, it was incredibly easy to rank for. My site didn't need much authority to do that at the time, and I just picked up a load of free traffic. So the review that I wrote, just to be honest, I still follow this formula today, but basically I just reviewed what the product was, what its ingredients were, how it worked, the side effects, and whether I recommended it or not. And in the bottom of the conclusion, I just went over each of the things that I'd reviewed, each of the pots that I'd reviewed, and then I just made a recommendation. So I'd just say, yes, this product's a good one, you should try it, or no, there's better out there. So I just added Proactol as my recommended alternative because Proactol was a better appetite suppressant. Its key ingredients were much stronger and had a higher dose. And I just made sales from that almost immediately. You know, from the day of publishing that article, a couple of days later, once it had been indexed, I was getting traffic, and I think I made a sale, 3 or 4 days after that. And that continued for a long time. So from that experience, I stopped chasing bigger keywords that was harder to rank for, and I just focused all my efforts on writing on trending terms. And that meant that every day that I would research on places like the Daily Mail, Google Trends, and I'd be just looking for anything that got a mention, any kind of diet pill supplement that was being talked about at volume, and then I'd just review it. So it's always the simple ways, but a lot of people make the mistake when they get into SEO of trying to rank for huge keywords that have already got tons and tons of competition, and just turning it on its head there, just going for things that are new with zero competition but have high traffic can really work well. So that's how I made my first commission. So question 3, how long did it take for me to start seeing a regular income with affiliate marketing? So I would say that was about 9 months before I could say that this was an actual income. And the reason why, I think this is a rite of passage for any affiliate, that the first 6 months will make or break you. I see too many affiliates that they struggle along for a few months and they just go, oh, this isn't for me, and they leave. And they leave before they ever see the real money. That's a real shame. And I remember actually ringing a guy that I'd met at one of the affiliate conferences, and I sort of said, I hope you don't mind me calling you, but you said that I could reach out to you. And he became a bit of a mentor for me. He basically said that you need to just keep going, that the money will come, but you need to make the mistakes first. And he's right. So the analogy that I sort of use in my head to this day is, especially with SEO, it's it's like a fisherman dropping a hook into the ocean. There's a lot of fish out there, but just because you drop your hook into the ocean doesn't mean you're going to get a bite. And the more hooks that you can drop, the higher the probability that you're going to catch a fish. And with SEO, that's a real good analogy for affiliates of why you need to just carry on and keep creating that content every single day. And eventually that compounds and you end up with hundreds of fishermen dropping their lines into the sea, and you will catch fish day in, day out. And for me, that was 9 months down the line. So that's how long it took me to see a regular income. I then bounced around $250 a day for about 3 or 4 months. And I basically just looked at what was causing the success for me. And the Pareto principle applies here. So 20% of what I was doing was accounting for 80% of my income. And as soon as I realised that and I dialed down on what was working for me, I then really increased my profits from that point onwards. Question 4. Can you give us a glimpse into one of your best days and tell us what that looked like? So I'll never forget this day. This was with a product called Capsiplex, and it was a new diet pill that had not been on the market for long. And the affiliate managers had reached out to me and asked me to add a few reviews on this product. And I think I wrote about 4 or 5 in total and put those on the various websites at the time. And one morning I just got up and I was drinking my coffee and checking my stats, and I saw that my email inbox was just full of commission notifications. And every time that I clicked refresh, some new notifications would come in, and there must have been 30-40 sales by 9 o'clock in the morning. And usually I'd probably see 1 or 2 overnight, but this was just unprecedented. So I gave my manager a call. I actually phoned Mornish and I spoke to Andrew Slack, who's the owner there. And I said, is there something wrong with the tracking system? Are these actually real sales? And he said yes. And he said that there'd been some PR in a national newspaper, and this was what was driving all the traffic. And it was just colossal. At the end of the day, I'd made over $15,000 in affiliate commissions, and I think there'd been a total of 730 odd sales, which is the most that Mornish have seen to this day in a single day off a single product. And it was all just because of this PR. And the PR carried on for a few days. Each day I earned a little bit less, but the money that I saw from this one product was just fantastic. And it reinforced one of my favourite quotes of all time, which is, the harder you work, the luckier you get. And although this completely took me by surprise, and there was a huge element of luck involved, the work that myself and my wife had done in the previous years up to this, we'd ranked the sites, we'd got our content ready, and we'd managed to rank first place for this particular keyword, that when the PR did hit, we was in the place to take the reward. And it's something that we've managed to replicate a few times since then by following product launches and making sure that we get our content up and basically outrank the competition. So yeah, the harder you work, the luckier you get. And you will find this with any kind of business, that when you're putting the work in the initial phase, you can think, well, I'm doing this for nothing. But every day that effort gets compounded, and if you do it right and you do it on a consistent basis, this is another quote that I love, something done averagely but consistently will always win something done well and given up on. So I'm paraphrasing a little bit there, but I'm sure you got the message from that. And yeah, so that was my single biggest success in a day. It was 100% profit from free traffic, and that's the one that will always stick in my mind. Question 5. What is the vertical or niche you work with most right now, and where does the bulk of your traffic come from? Well, I still do well from SEO, and I still do well from diet pill supplements. However, in recent years I have diversified a little bit just to keep up with current trends. And one of those has been the sports supplement niche. So things such as testosterone boosters, pre-workout supplements, and steroid alternatives. I've built quite a few sites that take advantage of the spike in traffic in recent years. And I've also diversified my traffic slightly to include native advertising into the mix. Now, I've probably been doing native for about 2 years now, and I think I could write a book on this thing. In fact, I've actually started a Facebook group called the Native Ads Affiliate Mastermind. So search for that. It's a free group to enter, and I'll share all my experiences, what I've found with native so far in there. Suffice to say, I've made some great money with native, and I've made that mainly in the skincare niche. And again, if you want to know more about that, just check out the Facebook group. So on to the next question: black, white or grey? Which hat do you wear the most? I would say over the years I've worn all of those hats and still do to this day. In terms of SEO, the black hat sites that I've got are mini websites that are 4 to 5 pages long, and they are powered by expired domains, where I will build a private blog network from those and point those to my mini sites. The white hat sites that I've got are bigger blogs, and they rank through their internal keywords, internal pages, rather than just one keyword. In terms of black hat for paid traffic, it's not something that I do. I know a lot of people do out there, but for me personally, the hassle of having to find new accounts is just not worth it for me. And for my particular size of operation, I just prefer to do things on my own with a few VAs. Black hat cloaking is definitely reserved for people with teams who have got the patience and budget to make cloaking work. So what we got next? What would you say is your biggest strength in AM? I would say copywriting. I've always been interested in sales and marketing. That's all I've ever done since I left school. I'm nearly 40 now, and I've been selling for years and years. So I would say that copywriting is definitely my biggest strength. If I'm going to talk about my biggest weakness, I would say that organising my time, I do find that quite difficult. It's something that I'm working on right now at the moment, and forcing myself to get up earlier and earlier every day so that I can get the real high value tasks done at the start of the day before my energy levels start to wane. So let's have a look at what else we've got. What tools do you use to help you on a daily basis? For SEO, I use Google Trends, Google Keyword Tool, Longtail Pro to spot keywords, SEMrush, and also Majestic SEO, which is great for looking at a site's domain authority and trust authority. This is good when you're purchasing expired domains. I use Screaming Frog, which helps you spot 404 errors and other general errors on your website. For general competitor intelligence, I use SimilarWeb, which is great. So you can enter any website on the internet and it will tell you, it will try and find their paid strategy, the demographics, and the geos where people are finding that site. That's a pretty good tool. For native, I use Adplexity, and I recently did a tutorial on how to use that, and that is on the Native Ads Affiliate Mastermind on Facebook. You'll find that there. For Facebook, I use Which Ads Work and Addicted.io. So quite a few subscriptions going there. There's also keyword trackers that I use, and yeah, basically I probably spend a lot of money on tools, but they're all paramount to my success. I wouldn't be without any of them. So next question: which affiliate network or networks do you personally recommend? So I've already mentioned Morniche. That was the first network that I ever started promoting. I recommend them to any affiliate. I think they're a great bunch of guys. I've met them all personally, and the thing I love about Morniche, they've never done me wrong. Even after all these years, they've always paid me on time, every time, without fail. They hold some great events. And the thing I really like about them is they will not give up your strategy to other affiliates. And this is a personal pet hate of mine. Since experimenting with a few different networks outside of Morniche, one thing that I've really noticed is how willing affiliate managers are to give you other people's winning funnels. And if you've worked hard on a funnel yourself, and some affiliate managers just giving it willy-nilly to new affiliates, I mean, it's just, to me, that's just not on. So that's one thing I'll say about Morniche. They no matter how much you beg them, I mean, I know these guys so well, and I've asked them in the past when I was a newer affiliate, can you tell me what's working for the top affiliate right now? They would just flat out refuse, and I really respect those guys for that. Other networks that I've worked with that I get on well with and I've made a lot of money with. ClickBooth is one. Affiliax is another. A4D is a good network, and I'm sure there's loads more that I can't think of right now off the top of my head, but definitely those networks are worth looking at. Let's have a look at the next question. If I could recommend just one book, what would it be and why? Grinding It Out by Ray Kroc. The story of McDonald's. Amazing read, a brutal journey, lots of lessons to be taken from there. I recommend that to anybody. It's just such a fantastic book. Finally, what's the best piece of advice you could give to a new affiliate just starting out? So I'm going to give a few tips here, and I think the first thing is to budget for this if you're a new affiliate, and make sure that you've got enough money to pay your bills for at least 6 months. And if you're a paid traffic affiliate, to make sure that you've got that in addition to a healthy budget to actually figure out the traffic source you're running on. And that could be $5,000 to $10,000 just to figure out a traffic source, as well as your wages. So I see a lot of people quit early on, and like I said before, that sometimes that's out of sheer frustration because they don't see results immediately, and that is just not affiliate marketing. It does take time to see results, and sometimes just because they've run out of money. So do not jump into this unless you've got lots of time to spend and lots of money to spend figuring this out. Secondly, I would say to just concentrate on one traffic source with one affiliate network within one niche. So don't diversify from the start. So just if I jumped around, if I'd done SEO for sort of 5 or 6 months and thought, well, this doesn't work, let's try a different traffic source, I would have never have seen the success that I've had with SEO. And I still hear people to this day say, SEO doesn't work, it's rubbish. I mean, you must be joking. I've earned a ton of money from SEO. It's completely changed my life. Where I live, the houses that I've got. I've moved to the coast. Every day I'll walk my dog on the beach in the morning. It's completely transformed my life. Yet I'll still bump into people at conferences that will say, "Oh, you do SEO? SEO doesn't work." It's like, you must be joking, mate. I know millionaires from SEO, and I've done quite nicely myself, thank you. Lastly, invest in knowledge. If you're a new affiliate, you haven't got a clue about anything. So I would definitely recommend checking out places where you can mastermind with other people on the same path as you, where you can network, where you can find mentors. And there's places online where you can do that. There's Stack That Money Forum, which I'm a member of. There's Megal and Darius's forum I'm a member of. And there's my own forum. And I started this just because of the value that I get from other forums. And I think I'm at a stage now where I can help a few other people see success. And the other thing is, free advice is worth every penny. That's one phrase that I love. And sometimes you have to budget for getting good knowledge. And like the forums that I mentioned before, I'm my own forum, it's not free to join. And I wouldn't expect it to be free because people are sharing their strategies there, and the people that run the forums have got to make some money from that if they're giving all their strategies away. So be prepared to spend a little bit of money, and if you can find a mentor, even better. So yeah, they're my tips for a new affiliate. I hope they help. What's the best way for someone to get in contact with me? ElitePromoter.com. If you head there, there's a Facebook Messenger chatbot which you can request a few guides from, and you can hit me up on there. Stack That Money Forum I post as Dazed1, and Malin's forum I post as That Native Guy. So there's quite a few ways to get in contact with me if you want, and I hope this podcast has been useful to you. Episode 2, we're going to kick off with our affiliate interviews. So today I've just been interviewing myself. It's been a lot of fun, but hopefully next time it's going to be even better and we can get some insights from somebody else. So hope to see you on the next one, and subscribe if you see this on YouTube, or leave a review on iTunes and subscribe there. Whatever you can, help me share this content, guys, and I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot, and catch you on the next podcast.